One of the biggest existential struggles of our time, and especially of our generation, is what is my purpose? How do I find my purpose? And how do I accomplish what my purpose is? So I'm here to help you untangle your human experience around this crisis so that hopefully you can gain a new perspective and have some practical tools to work with. So when we think about purpose, most of us associate it with something that we could do, like a career that would both fulfill us and make us money. Now, this existential crisis is very unique to our culture and our generation because the generations before us didn't really have the luxury of pondering over what their purpose is. As long as they had a good enough job that could put food on the table and provide a roof over their heads, they weren't really thinking, is this job making me happy? Am I fulfilled in my career? Am I living out my purpose? And why am I mentioning this is because I want you to recognize that this existential crisis is an illusion. It is completely manufactured by capitalism and social media. We are being sold a very fake idea that something is missing or inadequate about ourselves if we're not living out our purpose. Because the more inadequate we feel about ourselves, the more likely we are to buy. So allow me to cut through the bullshit and remind you that there is no such thing as purpose in terms of it being something to achieve. You are pure consciousness, and pure consciousness does not have a goal or an agenda. Pure consciousness just exists. It doesn't need a reason to exist. It doesn't look for something to gain in exchange for its existence. It exists for the sake of existing, for the sake of contributing to evolution, survival, and the collective. What's the purpose of this cat? Why does this cat exist? So as long as you are breathing and existing, you are fulfilling your ultimate purpose. And anybody who tries to tell you what your purpose should look or feel like is probably trying to sell you something. And here's another truth. As consciousness, your purpose is always evolving. We are energetic beings, and energy is constantly expanding or transforming or transmuting. There's no end goal, no finish line. It's essentially a road that leads to nowhere and everywhere at the same time. That's what makes life a great paradox. And we run into problems when we try to find answers to this paradox or find solutions for it, because the nature of a paradox is that there are no answers. Now, you might look at that and feel kind of hopeless or overwhelmed by it, but from another perspective, if there are no answers, then that also means that there's no right or wrong. There is only growth. There can only ever be growth, because whether or not you realize it, you are constantly growing and evolving just by the nature of being consciousness. When you buy into this illusory idea of what your purpose should be or should look like, then you are rejecting what is and anticipating something else that you think is better or more fulfilling. And that actually creates stagnation in your growth, and worst of all, it creates suffering. Now you might say, Satwa, are you saying that I should just veg out all day and just be happy with simply existing and doing absolutely nothing with my life, and I shouldn't have goals or ambitions? No. That's actually a misconception, and it's called spiritual bypassing. What I'm encouraging you to do is to create a life you love from the energy of wholeness and integration rather than that of lack and feeling like there's something missing. And the only way that you can do that is by being present to your life right now. only by being present to your life can you relax into life. Let life flow through you and let the universe lead you to your purpose. So don't focus on purpose. Just focus on growth. Make it your mission to know yourself intimately so that your purpose can find you. So if you're interested in digging a little bit deeper into this, doing some soul searching, some self-exploration, I just wrote a blog post with some practical self-inquiry questions that you can ask yourself. The link is in my bio. Go check it out. So I'd love to know, what was your biggest takeaway from this video? Did that shift your perspective around this? Let me know. Comment below.